Hey guys, what's up? My name is Chris, and I'm going into my final year at film school at Montclair State University, and I feel that I'm equipped now after 3 full years. I feel equipped finally to talk about film school. Is film school worth it? It depends who you are, obviously. I'm just going to skip that BS answer that you hear from everyone. To me, yes, it was completely worth it. Let me tell you, I made a lot of connections that got me a little bit of work to what grew into a lot of work, which grew into where I'm at today, where I've traveled to Tokyo. In a couple weeks, I'm traveling to San Francisco for work. I work basically full time for a YouTube channel that has over 500,000 subscribers as a videographer, and I shoot and edit everything. On the side, I still get called for sets, and a lot of them pay ridiculous amounts for day rates. And on top of that, I sprinkle in some student films and some passion projects and documentary work and whatnot on the side, because staying creative is very important to me. So let's get started. Will you learn in film school? The answer is yes. It depends where you're going to learn. For me, I've done a lot of learning on my own. I've watched hundreds, I've watched thousands of YouTube videos and learned a lot of techniques through reading articles and YouTube and talking to people and whatnot. The actual lecturing is not a vital part to film school. Some people learn well in a classroom setting when somebody's just talking to them and they're taking notes and they're in their tests and stuff. But my grades when I was in high school weren't that great, and that's not how I learned. I learned through constant failure, and then eventually I get good at something, and then I get called back because people trust me that I can do the job. So all of my learning has come through watching videos, applying myself, failing, doing it again and again and again, and then getting better. For the learning aspect, it's worth it once you get on sets, because once you get on sets, that's where all the learning takes place. That first person that says, hey, can you fill in for me? Or hey, can I bring you onto this? Or hey, do you want to do this with me? That's when you start learning, because you get hands-on with equipment, whether it's audio, whether it's being a cinematographer, whether it's being a lighting gaffer, grip, production manager. You're going to learn so much through observing people that are much better than you, through observing people that are on your level and who have experienced different things. So when you do something wrong and they're like, nah, you don't want to do that, trust me. You learn. So once you get on sets, that's the gateway drug, and that's how you build your network. A lot of people say, well, wait, why would I spend $20,000 a year to go to film school when I could just work on sets and build my network that way? Well, that's true. It's a little bit tougher, but some people are capable of doing it. I highly think that I would have been able to do it without film school. Would I be where I'm at today? I would definitely not be where I'm at today without film school and without the connections I made with film school. Would I be in a different place? Yes, I might be in a better place. I might be in a worse place. I might have gotten just a lot slower. But who knows? Who knows what would have happened? But I would not be in this position where I'm at right now without film school. I'm 20 years old and I'm working a lot, and the return on investment for me so far has been extraordinary. And it's key to understand what your goals are in film school. I knew what I wanted before I ever entered into film school, and none of that involved a degree. What I wanted was 4 years of freedom to do whatever I want, hone my craft, and really pay attention to what my skill sets were and double down on what I'm good at. 2, I wanted to make some friends. 3, I wanted a 4-year gear rental. And those 3 things, there might have been a 4th somewhere along the line, but off the top of my head, I don't even remember. Those 3 things were why film school was important for me. None of that involves actual education. That's just self-betterment and using things. So I used my school's equipment to elevate myself. I've developed friendships with people to elevate myself and get me to the next level. And in return, I bring the people who are younger than me, less experienced than me, whatever you want to call it, I've tried to bring them up with me too, to bring them onto their first sets, to bring them onto their first paid gigs, just like the people above me brought me up. It's kind of like this circle that's so important. I think that's the magic of film school. So a lot of people, and I'm in agreement, is that film school might be a waste of time if you're just learning to learn the filmmaking craft, because I think most of the learning happens on set. Most of the learning happens on your own time. The experience that you get in talking and becoming friends with your professors is also incredible. Some of my professors got me some of my first work. I remember I bought one of my first cameras from one of my professors, and he gave me like 75% off of what that camera would be worth in the industry and what I'd buy on eBay or Craigslist or Amazon or whatever. That jump-started a lot of my skills too, because I learned how to shoot with that camera, and I got really good at using that camera, and then I got better at using other cameras. The reason that film school was worth my time was that it put me in a situation, in an environment of like-minded individuals that are very talented like I am, and it put me in a position where I could succeed in an ecosystem with them around me. And I think that's really important, because there are some people that are lone wolves that like to do everything themselves, and that's great. And then there are some people that don't put in the effort, and I see that a lot. They just don't put in the effort. Then there are people that I try to surround myself with that are so talented, so inspiring. I learn so much from on a day-to-day basis when I surround myself with them, that it really makes the education and the money that I spend really worth it. And if I had any last minute advice to add to this video, it would be, don't spend money on film school on out-of-state tuition or private schools. Go to a state college. One of your state colleges probably has a film program. Go to that. Do not spend money on NYU. Do not spend money going to out-of-state. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. Until next time, peace out, deuces.